Welcome to Generics Part 3, and in Part 3 here, we're just going to continue right where we were. Notice we've added integers into a generics class that takes integers as type. Okay, so it's going to be a collection of integers, and so all we have to do now is create an integer. We'll call it get gcint, and we will set it equal to gci. And we'll get item number 1. That should be our second item in our list. It should be 23. And once again, I'm just going to copy this over so you don't have to go through the pain and angst of watching me attempt to type this. We'll just do our little message box. Okay, so when we click button 2, we're calling a generic class that is a collection of integers, and it comes out 35. Notice no casting, no problems. Now, if we wanted to create a collection of strings, all right, this is all I have to do. Go out here and let me just come down right here, and notice to create a collection of strings, I just call the gen class, pass it the type of string, give it a variable. We'll call that GCS, and it's a new instance of gen class string. And then I'll just copy and paste this stuff in as well. Notice we can add strings into that with no problem, and then we can pull these out very, very easily. And so I will copy and give you some code here. So notice to get our strings, we're going to set up an integer that's a data type string called getString. We'll call the number 1 item, which would be number 2, which would be blue. We'll call the message box, and so we'll kick this off one more time. Notice no casting. So we'll kick off our generic example. The first one is our collection of integers. We got the first item, actually the second item in a zero-based array, and then there is our string collection. All right, now notice what happened. We're utilizing one class, but depending on the data type we pass to it, we can utilize that class to either maintain a collection of integers or strings. So by maintaining only one class, we can change this code. We can reuse this code. It's much safer. It's type safe. It saves a lot of different situations. Now, this can also be used with methods. This can be used with integers and events and so forth. You just have to go out there and dig around the documentation a little bit to see that. This gives you a good idea of the power that generics will bring to the game. And I'll go ahead, I don't have time here, but I'll throw an example of generic methods into the generics example that you'll see in a work files folder for you. I'll code that up and put it in there for you because we don't have time to go through it right here. But generics, you'll see them all over the place. Microsoft generally recommends that you use them. So I hope this has helped you understand and get you ready for the exam on the benefit and the use of generics in C#.